Yeah. Also, Orbital has been playing a lot of a game called Foxhole, and yeah, and the first thing I remember that he told me about was how the Wardens had tech mates. How one of the factions that the players made has tech maids, and I'm just like, what? Excuse me? No, 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 no. The thing is, like, the two main factions that the players made have like supply. Like, they're people who run the supplies and gather resources and make all the equipment. Like, everything is player made. Like the guns, the ammo, the shirts that you spawn in with, all of that is player made. And the two factions have their own kind of supply corps. The Wardens have tech maids. They're in charge of literally everything. They're the Adeptus Mechanicus, except they wear maid outfits in the battle. I am not joking. And when I first heard about that, I was like, I need to tell one of my friends about this because a main thing about them is that one of their characters, they're Sleia, who is the aunt of Crimson. A main thing that she has is golem maids. Their golems are made to look like girls and to do housework. But also they can go into battle in battle and armored maid dresses. You want to play back Foxhole now, don't you? Legitimately, Foxhole does sound really fun. Like, it does look and sound like a very fun game. The thing is that everything isn't real time, and you can accidentally miss out on an entire war because it happened over the course of 2 days. I am not joking. Which I find that both really cool but also a little off putting. Because you could start a war, so the thing is, like, there's agreed upon start dates for wars. Like, when a war ends, both factions agree when the next war starts, which is typically a few days after the last war. But there is no end date for the next war. It ends whenever there is a certain amount of things that happen. Typically, when one faction loses enough territory, and that makes sense, but also just makes things a little odd, I suppose. Because you can accidentally have a war last literally a day because one faction didn't have enough player base at the time, and that legitimately happened with the last war, according to Orbital. The Wardens didn't have enough players at the time, and they did their best. And also, you can switch factions between wars, but once the war starts, you're locked in. So there's no way you can switch sides until the war stops. And then there's also the rumors of this third player faction, which is rumor is that they have a Manhattan project going. That's the rumors going around, and it's just like, oh no, oh no. Also, when I when I first heard about this game, when he told me about it, and I heard the phrase, I heard the name Wardens, I immediately thought of Dragon Age. Because at the time I had been going through a new playthrough of the Dragon Age games. I'm like, what? What Wardens? Pardon me? Because one of the kind of big factions in Dragon Age is the Wardens, and the Wardens are weird in Dragon Age. Just because of the fact of how they're organized. really how they exist in general, I suppose, is because they were accidentally founded. Like, how much do you know about like Dragon Age? Oh, I suggest that you play them, like legitimately. Two, legitimately, I have to say, the Dragon Age games are fun gameplay wise. Two is a little repetitive because of how fights are organized. Just because of the fact that it has a kind of wave based system for every fight you run into. So you might finish up a fight thinking, "Oh God, it's finally done." Then there's a third wave, like, "Oh fuck!" That's legitimately happened so many times, and it makes me angry because it's legitimately a thing of, I love this game, I love its story, I love its characters, but I don't want to go through 3 phase fights every single time I run into muggers on the highway. Hey Vector, I'm telling Grave about Dragon Age. But the wardens were founded accidentally because of the war with the blight, which is a whole can of worms. And he didn't die, and then he started getting dreams from the archdemon, which is basically an elder god dragon that's been corrupted by the darkspawn, aka the blight, to be their leader. Dragon Age lore is very weird because a lot happens even before the first game. And Origins does a good job of explaining a good bit of it. Like, and then there's just the weird shit that happens in the deep roads. Ugh. Golems are also really cool because golems are actually just dwarves just put into stone bodies, which is really cool until you realize that the king at the time that ordered the golems to be made started setting political prisoners and people that he didn't like to be turned into golems. And you kind of understand why the guy was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna lock down my forge as the city's being overrun by the darkspawn. Goodbye." You can kind of understand why he did it. I don't really know if I, at any point I'd actually let the Void Forge still be around because it feels a bit too tainted with what it was forced to do. True. Yeah. Also, I love Shale. Shell's fun. And legitimately, I never realized that she was a girl until I did the quest. It's hard to realize that because it's literally just a it's a giant rock person, yeah, who hates birds. I love Shell. I because Shell is a fucking wall, literally. And then let's see here. I always for my first ever playthrough, I played a rogue, and that was just fun because of all the abilities you got to backstab. Ooh, so you actually got through a lot of so you got to do a lot of interesting stuff then. Fun fact: the mages in Dragon Age are connected to the realm of dreams, which is full of demons and spirits. Which is is hell and heaven in, and legitimately mages are so distrusted that there's an entire order of people who know how to basically say no to magic. They're it, they're more like the Sisters of Silence in a way because of their ability to kind of nullify magic. But yeah, literally eat the blood of the planet. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yes, you can talk to the planet's heart, and you find out that dwarves are actually born of the earth. That was a fun DLC. Whenever I did that, it was just really fucking cool. Oh God, lyrium was such a cool concept for something. Red lyrium's a fucking bitch. I want more lore about red lyrium as well. I want more like nice. I actually remember thinking about like, oh God, if this what red lyrium does when it's left alone for a while, and also what happens when it's forged into a weapon. I wonder what would happen if I got my hands on some. Oh dear lord. That bitch. She was a she was a Templar commander, which are the religious zealots who keep their eyes on the mages. No, yeah, that's what the Templars. Griffius. Oh, that guy. Right, right. I remember. Sorry, I was thinking of the bitch in Dunwall. I never got to that because when I finished Dragon Age 2, I didn't have the DLCs for it. And at the time, I was like so done with how combat was done in Dragon Age 2. Like I like the combat. I hate how fights were kind of done because of the wave thing. Because it kind of dragged out a lot of fights. Oh, I I didn't get that as a rogue. I really do need to do a wizard playthrough. Mm-hmm. The wizard. Ooh, that actually explains a lot. Also, I love the fact that the I think he's connected to the blight, much like the elder gods are, because of how he did die and then literally just came back in the body of a darkspawn. So yeah, he's probably very much connected to the blight, like them. So that's my current theory until you kill his connection to the blight, which is that dragon. Anyways, I have no idea where Soul is. Orbital is probably at work. Probably. I saw him like pop in for a moment on his phone, then just disappeared. But yeah. I also like the fact that that Templar lady's body is legitimately still in Dunwall. I am surprised they haven't gotten rid of it, but I suppose that's a good reminder of what the fuck happened. Yeah, I am unsurprised that the Civil War happened. I really am. Yeah, Andrews literally didn't help by literally committing terrorism. I understand he had a kind of good intention, but he literally went about the worst way. Yeah. 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 And plus Andrew was also yeah. With yep. With how with also how I can also understand Andrew's anger at the Chantry, given how much Dunwall was relying on, like, especially with Dunwall, with how much it was relying on fucking sunsetting those fucking mages. Which I don't understand the process, and I don't want to, considering that it literally severs a person's connection to the weave or to the veil. Most likely, and it most likely is, and that terrifies me. And it's understandable why the mages rebelled when they're facing that. It, especially those that go through it are typically like basically, yeah, they're just lobotomized because their connection to basically the afterlife is severed. It, they can no longer dream, even from what I understand, which is a big part of people's connection to the afterlife. So with that gone, it's just like gone. That person is not even a person anymore. Yeah. The Fade, that's what I was thinking of. I don't know why I keep calling it the Veil. Right, that is. That's what the elves call it. The elves are fucking weird. Mm. Ah, yeah, same. But yeah, those elves are like really, especially with like Solus. Ugh. I never understood how I agree with you, especially with Dragon Age 4 being confirmed. I'm just like, Solus, you legitimately, you motherfucker, Why are you wanting to do this? Because he wants to bring the fate. He wants to bring the two worlds together. Apparently, what I understand, it's just like, isn't that the plan of the bad guys that they stopped? Wait. Oh right, he wanted to go back to heaven and kill God. Yeah, he's wanting to reconnect the worlds, and I'm just like, wasn't there a good reason why? Wasn't there a reason why the two worlds were severed? We've already seen what happens when like normal people are exposed to demons. It's fucking terrifying. The dwarves are Yeah, the dwarves don't have magic. They have no connection to the fade. They're already having a bad enough time with the blight. Yeah. Yeah. I I don't understand. Yeah, they do. They're literally described as soulless monsters, and they have a connection to the fade. Dragon Daddy. Depending on the archdemon, but still. Sorry, I'm sorry, my brain. You're fine, hon. You're fine. You're fine. So today's session is legitimately just vibing. So first real order of business is once all the stuff happens with the rebel commander being taken away, and you guys bring back Orbital's character to the dropship. What do you guys do? All right. The the half size mech is very it's very competently made, surprisingly. It's clear that the scientists and most likely engineers that helped make it at least had a decent understanding of what they were working with, even if they did pull all that information out of Tiana. It's still impressive. It's very, as you kind of look over it, you kind of get the same feeling as a Caliban in terms of its design decisions. Very much heavy firepower, decent armor, very hard hitter. But there are plenty of drawbacks in this thing. Would you give me a check of let's just go for a basic D20. All right. You weren't able to pass, unfortunately. as you're looking over, you just literally just think, this is just a Caliban. This is just a shit. This is a shitty off-brand Caliban in your eyes. But you can understand where they were trying to get at for this, at least. He's being dragged onto, he's getting basically medevaced. Okay. There you find a few soldiers from the fleet, basically kind of looking out over the place, getting some whatever is useful out of it. And you find the engineers in a room being guarded by a few guards. Yeah, we have our own dragons, but the commander thought that it might be a useful weapon against them. No, we were still testing it. He wanted to see how well he could handle it. Uh, we were going to work on that. The guards just kind of like chuckle a little, knowing that, yeah, they really shouldn't have tried getting at you. And with is there anything that Grieve wants to do? Well, Vecna is doing all this. Ah, nice. So as you are, as you find your dragon sitting on, basically on your bed, just curled up into a little ball. Uh, you see it perk up as you walk in and look to you and just kind of shake itself a little bit as you hear it speak in your head again. Hello, I have thought of a name. Yes, I have thought of a name. Lisley. Lizel. Sorry, Lizel. Lizel. That's an L. Lizel. Yes, my name. I am Lysol. You just see it have a bit of a derpy grin as its tail wags from side to side, batting into the wall. Is that common with him? Is that common? They do move up and try to climb onto you. It is around the size of Maine Coon right now. He's a very big cat. This thing is going to get even bigger. Basically, yes. Yes, indeed. The dragon can do the loaf. Yes, he a big doggo, big gatto. Very big cat. With and it basically just perches up on your shoulders. Its tail wrapping around your head, wrapping around like around your neck as it just sits there and just enjoys the ear scritches. It just it just enjoys the scritches, just letting out just little chirps. That will do. Uninstall the cat. Look at get my posted. Uninstall cat. Oh God, dear Lord. Yeah, I know. Like a basic ass window. Oh God. Oh God, Grave. Have I told you about how it took me like a good hour and a half to figure out how to make Elite Dangerous look good on my monitors? So the thing is that I usually play Elite Dangerous on my Xbox. All right, and I have it up on this like really good like 75 hertz monitor. The thing is that Xbox makes the game look as good as it can without stressing out the machine too much. So when I booted up Elite Dangerous, it looked good. Thing is that the HUD was foggy. And the game was generally just weirdly pixely. I'm like, this can't be right. So I legitimately had to look up 15 different tutorials, go into the game's code. I had to go into the game's code and manually set it to a decent screen resolution. Because for some reason there wasn't the option that I was looking for. So when that was all finally good and done, the game looked amazing and the HUD was not trying to blind me. Because the HUD looked like it was the light of God. Anyways. But so your dragon now perches on your shoulder. Would you like to try to improve your new augmented leg? You should probably try to fix your with basically a peg leg. So you do have a quite a bit material. You do have a 3D printer and quite a few materials for you to work with. So give me an invent or create check. What did you get? What are you playing? Oh, oh no. Do you want some help from the crazy Scottish robot? Oh, you're playing Fate. Oh God, it's been forever. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this brings me a fucking lane trip. Holy shit. Oh God. Okay. I remember uh, that brings me memories of the first time I ever got a PC, which was a gift from my grandpa, and it was set up in my grandparents' living room because we were living with my grandparents at the time. So it's set up in the living room with its own little desk. I had one of those giant ass monitors, like the fucking bricks, and I remember the first game I ever played. I It's literally 75 cents right now, and like all the DLCs all together with it. Yeah, that's one hell of a deal. But I think I remember that one of the first games I ever played besides Minecraft might have been, oh god, one of the first games I ever played was Clone Wars Adventure. Yeah, you've already heard me talk about Clone Wars Adventure, right? Which I am really looking forward to see how the emulator comes along, because Clone Wars Adventure was this Star Wars: The Clone Wars like MMO thing that like coincided with the show. You'd get to visit like all the locations on the show and like have fun, and it was just like one of those things I remember having so much fun with, and I can't wait to be able to try it again. But yeah. So Grave, you want help from the Scottish robot? There we go. Scottish missile inbound. AC 130 above. And so So as you are trying to figure out how to print out a new leg for yourself and upgrade it, or upgrade the one that you currently have on, which I'm guessing you're just gonna print a new one altogether. As you're trying to figure it out, you accidentally mess a few things up, and before you can actually mess it up entirely for the print, Vector just bursts in, just like, no! My engineer senses are tingling. Vector has the sixth sense that warns him if someone's going to perform a heresy in the form of engineering. So as you So Vector helps you out with the printing, and you're able to print out a leg that gives off that it matches the current your current arm. It's fairly standard in terms of what it all has, but it matches you perfectly. Unfortunately, no rocket shoes today. No, you are not losing the other leg. Oh my god, is there an adorable cat? Oh. Every time I see every time I see that, I'm just thinking of the one what's bueno, uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Basically, my brain, my brain, whenever I need to do something important. So you're able to work out a new leg and everything, and it works, and you're able to install it just fine. And yeah, it works out fairly good for you. Though now you do have to worry a bit about adjusting all your pants from now on. Oh, that's easy. I just need to cut off a leg from all my pants. Ah, nice. Ah, okay. So, uh, so then, as you guys are wrapping up around here, the engineers and scientists being taken off up to the fleet, where Eden is going to be doing some interrogations. Wait, at least the 15th fleet is, at least. The Ware commander that you all have been working with comes up and thanks you a lot for helping with helping a bit with the problem with the rebels. And tells you that during the meeting that you all are heading to, he will let the council know of what you guys have done for helping. As you all are kind of like packing, basically loading up your mechs and gathering whatever you can from the base if you want to. I'm just imagining Vector trying to eat a widescreen TV. Aw, is he eating? Plasma's just fire. Sorry, my brain is thinking back to a HFY story where humanity's monsters basically come out of hiding to help us fight aliens, and werewolf Alpha basically says that fire and plasma scientifically are the same thing, but spiritually it means jack shit to the vampires. I think it's just the writer taking some creative liberties. Yeah. I still don't understand how plasma works in Fallout. It's sci-fi techno bullshit. Yeah. Given like Fallout 4 and of course thing, yeah, probably is. Anyway, sorry. The orange glowy shit. Ah, okay. Ah, okay. Alright, makes sense. Yeah, yeah. I mean, to each their own. Yeah. Yep. So, anyways, so once everything's packed up, and I'm just imagining Vector's probably going to, once he's done studying this attempt at a half size, he's probably going to consume. Yeah, you don't consume? Okay. You will actually gain the experimental armor thing. So I have a custom little thing of experimental armor where it's a 1d6 roll. I'll have to go fetch the thing. It's around here somewhere in my notes. Where it's a 1d6 roll, and with it broken up into two, 1 through 2, 3 through 4, and 5 through 6 rolls. Where on a five or on a 5 to a 6, you're able to deflect the shot that's labeled at you. A 3 through 4, you take half the damage that the shot would normally deal, and a 1 through 2, the shot deals normal damage. All right. Let me just write down the sheet, write down the thing so that you can probably put it somewhere in your sheet. I'm already picturing it, and that looks awesome. Ooh. There you go. That's the thing. You consume the armor of the mech, which is, and you gain that ability on your pilot. Once you now have experimental armor plating hugging your body. Hoo-ah, hoo! Shark bait, hoo-ha-ha! With you guys, so once everything is packed up and you consume the half-size mech, you you carry on your journey towards Telgar Ware. And just imagining Vector on top of the transport with a folding chair. No, not a folding chair, just a plastic lawn chair with a guitar and singing. It's like Virgil's chair then. Do you have to bring the long chair? I love that quote for some reason. It's just a normal lawn chair that for some reason I actually remember seeing the video of the meme video of Virgil finding his perfect chair. With whenever you're playing on top of it, the dragons do end up like coming up and like sitting on it on the transport and listening with their riders, just enjoying the music of the metal man. When you reach the where, the people are surprised by your arrival. It's like, what the fuck? With the with you guys dropping off yet another load of those tanks. And so we will begin with the operations of the touchpad. You finally were able to kick the programming about maintenance out of it for now. You as you guys are delivering the tanks and the ware commander of this ware is getting ready to join, you see that his dragon is a that this ware commander's dragon is a red one, with the two commanders basically greeting each other and just having a hearty laugh. Oh, Jesse, he's a good lad, even though he has a red one. The dragon letting out a annoyed huff. It's just a joke that writers have. Red ones are typical people. Ones who have red dragons are typically. He he nods softly. Well, no matter what, he's still a good. He's still a good man. And so more dragons join this flying convoy that has begun to form. With you guys, with as the journey continues for uh another weeks up to Limos, going through Berg Telgar, you see people kind of in villages that you guys pass over. You see people just gathering to see this bizarre sight of, at this point, around 30 dragons and your guys' transport flying through the air, with people just amazed by the sight. Eventually, you all reach within around another week, Berg Lemos, or Lemos. It is a massive stone. Is a massive stone fortress built into a mountain, much like most of the wares you've seen. This one has signs of fairly decent metalworking as well. With there being a with there being a part built on top of the mountain, where clearly where the dragon riders start to land. With buildings at the top of the mountain where the riders are able to land their dragons and bring them into massive basically pens for them to rest up in, along with your transport able to land on one of the battlements from the looks of it. You all are greeted when the commander hops off Beauty. You and him are waved to by a small group of people. Two people looking, two people holding what looked to be some sort of paper, and the other being a quite older gentleman. Ah, well, looks like we were much more expected than I expected. Harkin, I do have a question about these people, if you don't mind me asking. The old man asks as he moves up to all of you. The older man, who you now realize is holding a walking staff, looks over both of you and asks one simple question: What word do you bring on the outside, if you bring any? He taps his staff and points up. He looks down, clearly disappointed, hearing that. So the Harpers tell. Well, I have heard that you came from the sky. Then you must clearly be from outside, then. Then you must have somewhere to the outside. Otherwise, would you be here? The Union? The old man kind of looks to the two people by him who are furiously flipping through papers. Uh, he's right. We don't really have anything about something called union, sir. Hmm. He seems to think for a moment before one of the men beside him whisper in his ear, and he looks up. So you're from the home? Hmm. Hmm. He rubs his chin a little bit, thinking. I see. He thinks a moment. Him and the people beside him think for a moment before one of the men pipe up. Yes, Earth. I think is what the ancient records called it. Hmm. All right. He looks up, raising an eyebrow very high. Ah, one surely to be told by the fireside with mead. He lets out a withered laugh. Oh, trust me, my kidney gave out years ago. He just laughs again. The meeting should be commencing tomorrow. Yes. Yes, all the hold commanders and where commanders are here, along with any. He tilts his head, looking closer at you before before you feel a bonk on the head from his staff. Yeah, you seem good enough. Before he walks away. You can see Haran in the bay of the drop ship, just laughing. She suddenly disappears, saying that she needs to find fire lizards. You all are told by the older men to the younger men who are holding the papers to follow them uh, as they guide you through the this so over the course of the last roughly 3 weeks of travel you all have seen well a good portion of the different bergs and holds different bergs and wares. This place is absolutely massive compared to them. This place has massive sprawling tunnels and holes that spread throughout the mountain that's built into. and it may and with hundreds, if not thousands, of people living in it. As you all are guided, you do spot the area that will contain the meeting, where there is roughly 28 chairs prepared at a ovoid table. And you're guided towards the common areas, where you're told that your rooms your rooms have already been prepared and that they're roughly down this particular hallway to the left, being given directions to various recreation areas nearby. Or if you want, you can explore the village or you can explore the town that's just outside the Hold's gates. I want to explore. It says as he's clearly grown a little bit and has started to try to fly. Legitimately, he just tries to he flaps his wings a few times and then he falls onto the ground. Okay, it falls behind you, with a lot of people just looking at this, just like, oh shit. It, it, with a few of them just like very confused why specifically you have a dragon, but no one really voicing what the fuck. As as you explore the hold, you eventually do find some people who are tuning instruments and practicing some singing. As one of them actually does catch actually you catch the attention of a few of them who call you into the room. The Harpers. Hello there. You look my out of place here. He basically you look a mite out of place here. Oh, you're from one of the other towns then, right? Well, certainly look like a bit of an explorer, he says, looking up and down. And then one of the ladies who is one of the ladies who is tuning an instrument, which you can identify as a flute. Uh, they're mostly just adjusting it mostly as they notice your dragon and you're just like, oh, it's a dragon, it's a baby, and she runs up, baby. The dragon lets out a chirp, just lets out a little chirp and runs up to enjoy the rubs on the head. As it gives a very pleased as it gives a very pleased noise and says in your head, "Ooh, I like her." What's her name? Oh, what's his name? Lysol. Just Vector just poking his head and just screaming about Lysol. You just hear it down the hall. Lysol! Liquid! Snake! That's the same vibe as it gives me, okay? Like the way you say it just gives off the same vibe as that screaming liquid snake thing. You must be new to having a dragon, then. Do you not know that writers typically have one dragon? Immediately, all the others in the room just kind of look up, just like, oh fuck. As they all start to surround you. you, you sound like Lemon whenever he plays a new video game. Yeah, help them and bring them into the fold of Union. That is the main goal of your party. You're trying to figure out how to say that? Uh, they all look, they just look at you like, oh god. It's like a few of them like starting to write down what you're talking about, just like thinking like, okay, what can we use this for a story? As ooh. They all kind of like look a little worried that a good guy eats people. Thinks back to Desert Prime when he ate up the spaghetti sauce that the previous governor became. Immediate flashback to that. The Vector scooping up the remains of the splatted governor. Micro bullet. Just blender mouth. Orb. I mean, the impact did make an indent in the concrete, so. I'm sorry, I'm just picturing this and it just sounds hilarious. I really need to get some artwork of a Lancer going. Especially just I want to see if I can hire somebody to do an animation of you guys destroying most of the mech bay and almost destroying the ship. Because if you've seen what was it called, Murder Drones? Yeah, I saw that and I love it. That's how I imagine that whole puncher works, is like Uzi's railgun. Because, well, except that not as long as a cooldown, but still. And they kind of like write down what you're talking about, like questioning like a few more details about one thing or another, like asking. I imagine you not like really saying anything that could be like breach protocol, yeah, horribly incriminating or breaching protocol and shit. You're just like telling them what you feel is safe to tell them. Ah, so no war crimes. Got it. They're not war crimes. They're what now? Okay, to be fair, the governess was justified though. Yeah, but Eden marked it as suicide on the report. No one really needs to know what happened because she agreed that that bitch needed to die. And working with Xenos that want to kill people. Oh, yeah. Mutant Xeno weird things that are weird. Yeah. So you're telling these stories, and uh, Lizel is these enjoying lots of belly rubs and head scritches. Vector, you are as you're walking through the halls, you are Daedalus starts to talk to you. Vector, Vector, I I have a question the regarding well, you specifically. Why do you need to consume things? Or why do you? Intriguing. I understand if it is simply a mimicking behavior, though it is still odd. Hmm. Though there's also another thing I wish to discuss. Something I am feeling from what the locals call the Red Star. I feel something familiar there. Familiar as in something I've met before. Perhaps, but the Avin never settled this system, due to the presence of the Red Star. Though not as far as I know, they were fairly alone, much like humanity. Hmm. There was one thing that they did to try to end loneliness. something called Project Stone. It was an attempt to try to create a new form of life. Am I detecting what you call sarcasm? I see. I do not have much data on Project Stone, unfortunately. If it is at all possible, once business is finished here, could we visit the Red Star? Jump cut to Eden getting a report from, and the camera jump cuts to Eden in on the flag on Heaven's Gate, monitoring the asteroid fall and shooting down whichever is that she can before they break atmosphere. Yeah, she got the report and was just like, okay, I'll take care of any that I can before they breach atmosphere. Once they reach atmosphere, it becomes too dangerous to try to hit them. Thank God for Robot Mom. As she is in a video call with the science director on the planet on the Red Star. Ma'am, I'm not really sure what to say. The world is dead. More dead than most dead worlds. It's odd. I understand, but there's some. You understand why not only me, but not only Vecna, but also I find it suspicious that this world is so dead and so weirdly formed. Indeed. What? He looks over. He looks over to one of his assistants who is bringing him a data slate. All right, let's see what these readings are. Are you sure these are right? Yes, sir. Eden, I'm sending you readings that we just got from more direct core scans. As the readings come in, they show a massive burst of energy suddenly appearing, then disappearing from the core. I don't know what it is, but it's quite sizable amount of energy from the looks of it. I'm looking at these. This is roughly the equivalent of a reactor. Yes, but we're detecting no heat. We're detecting nothing that would indicate that it's power being generated and simply just simply just heat in general or any kind of indication of any kind of power being created or stored. It's a short burst, then it's gone. No matter what, I want to earn as much as I can before I can send down any more teams. Is that understood? Yes, ma'am. Oh, looks like our expedition teams just came back from the southern region. What the fuck is on there? And the transmission cuts out. With that, with that, we return back to Vecna's view. Thank you for indulging in my request when that eventually comes about. Thank you. Thank you, Child of Ra. As he then disappears. Also, whenever he talks, he kind of just appears in a little hologram state by you, Vector. So literally just a little D20 like from Halo, like the AI from Halo Infinite, just by your head. Who? Circa. Ah, I actually have not played any of the Halo Infinite multiplayer. Oh no! Oh my! Y- you tell me this, and it's just like, oh yes. Wait, what's her name? Cirque. It's Cirque. Far more personalized than any not no novel dumb AI has any right to be. Cirque AI Assistance is has an impressive deep array of interface options to be for custom interactions. Huh. Usage is one of the many personalized buttons and trainees at Johnson Academy Military Science. Hmm. Huh. What a Giga Chad. Yeah, I just heard some of the stuff. I'm like, oh my god, yes. I I mean, oh god, let's be the best little Slayer we can be. Oh god. So as Daedalus goes back into his no survivor Spartan. Yes, Daedalus does his Daedalus thing and blips out of reality. Ah! I am a I can't do that cutoff thing, unfortunately. No, unfortunately, I tried my attempt at it. Perfect. Same. So, as that happens, Vector, you walk by a room filled a what looks to be a mess hall where there are some people where you find some people breaking down some of the cows and pigs that they have been raising, getting ready for the Threadfalls that are to come. Because when Threadfall happens, everyone needs to get to the nearest hold. So what ends up happening is that most of the towns and villages tend to be built around maybe a day's travel to the nearest hold. So they're carving up and butchering this meat as you find it, and you see the were commander that you've known for the last few weeks, uh, Harkin. As you see Harkin, uh, helping them unload a few from outside into the kitchen, literally carrying the carcass over his shoulder. Yes, he's just being a giga chad right now. With him actually noticing you as he puts one of the carcasses on the table. Vector, well, how are you enjoying your stay here at the Berg? Strange how? Well, people who travel the stars, it must seem very different then. Oh, oh, isn't that a bit of a good thing? Yeah, I guess from your view that must be the case then. Hmm, that's just part of being what we are. Yeah, it doesn't put aside the fact that we're capable of so much wanton destruction. Well, then again, you weren't really here for, yeah, that whole fiasco. Yeah, I actually became Ware Commander at the tail end of that because of the war. Yeah, the one before me, well, let's just say it was rough time at that point. Then I got Beauty, and everyone was surprised. No, no, because of, well, what Golden Dragons do. He just chuckles to himself as the kitchen staff thank him for helping with the carcass. As three people help bring it over to a carving table, just showing off how freaking strong this one guy is. Though I have to wonder. He motions over to a table for you to sit at with him. Well, more about you. Well, you said that you're what was it? A non-human thing? Ah, ah. So there's yeah. To be honest, it seems so odd. The stories of, no offense, machines always sounded, well, yes. Especially with the idea that they would turn against us. Some of those stories still remain from our history. But so far, you and your machines have been so useful. The more you talk about this union, the more you talk about as if it's some sort of paradise. He looks down. He looks up and says to himself, "A world without Threadfall, hunger." Sounds like a. Yes, it does. Sounds like some sort of dreamer's wish of the world. The thing is that, I suppose. And again, I've not really been much for dreamers. But I can see why the world always needs them. None taken. Be honest, I wish I could do more things. It's just. He kind of looks aside and whispers in. The council. The council kind of limits what we can do. Like how we can't go over the Southern Sea. The southern continent is forbidden by order of the council. That's where the original landfall was. It's according to the stories, the first threadfall, rock slides, mudslides, and most of the continent not turning out as good as we thought, led to yeah, lots of death. So we moved to the northern continent. This one. According to the stories, yeah. The Iron Cradle gave what it could to make sure that we could get by, and then that's when things started to become what they are now. Though I always did wonder though, that really if the original site was in the south, why can't we go back now? Thinking of what all could be buried there that we could try to dig up. Maybe we can find a way to get the great excavators working again. I figured. given the fact that and well, if what the council said was true, the rebels probably wouldn't have gotten far. I wish I'd learned that in my younger days. As you say that, you just get this feeling that Grave is talking about the time that about the how the governor died of Desert Prime. What? What? Oh, sounds brutal. Though, yeah, makes me wonder if the council actually knows anything anymore. Though, I suppose we'll learn that in the meeting tomorrow. As he says that, both of you hear a massive commotion coming from down the halls. Oh, that doesn't sound good. As Harkin gets up and starts moving towards the door. What do you two do? So you both walk down the hall and meet up with Harkin as you see a crowd forming around what looks to be some sort of crate, with people questioning what is it doing here? What is that cursed item doing here? Get rid of it, is what you hear around, as the people guarding it are trying to tell them that they're not that this is important. Harkin pushes his way up to the front, and when he sees the crate, he looks back to you and says, "Oh fuck." He he basically waves everyone apart to let you in, and you see the silver egg, the a silver dragon egg that was laid by a queen that part of the Civil War was fought over. As he looks down at it and says, "I knew that they were going to be talking about it, but bring it here." Yeah, superstition mostly. People believing it's cursed because of the Civil War. It was the only egg that the golden dragon laid before she died. So people believe that's a cursed thing. The guards who are men and women dressed in armor are basically pushing back against the tide of people just trying to get at it. Just like the commander shouts, "Stop it!" Now then, all of you are going to move out of the way, let this egg get to where it's going, or I will personally make sure that all of you are thrown into the stocks. As he says that, you get the feeling that that is no idle threat as people start backing away. With the people starting to disperse, the guards thank the commander and start moving a deeper into the hold. I swear. As the crate actually passes you, Vector, there is a rumble from it, and then nothing. Yes, I did. That is. You keep cutting out fuck. The commander walks up and says, I'm hoping that doesn't mean what I think it means. And with. We can hope that it was simply a fluke. You're not going to risk the potential of getting the dragon that has been labeled as cursed. It's entirely up to you if you do it, Vector. There's just Jericho just like, do it, do it. He had like he screams and moves up closer. He suddenly has like a dark cloak. Do it. Oh dear lord! It's the Jericho on it, just like trying to climb on Vector's shoulders. Do you try to go out? Do you try to follow the guards? All right. And just imagine you just suddenly you just do the peace sign and disappear. Is that fine? So following from behind is not really that hard, given the fact that you have the ability to instant transmission. As you follow behind the guards who are carrying the crate, and can you give me a stay cool check? Uh, during one of your jumps, you accidentally get a little too close with the guard just falling backwards. falling backwards and knocking over the other guards who drop the crate. With the egg still being intact as they listen. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? As you say that, the egg starts shaking a bit more. It is, as the two guards next to it just like, oh, holy shit! They look at the two guards who are carrying the crate, look at it, look at the egg, unsure what to do as it just keeps shaking and shaking. Uh, sure. As the two guards who are next to it just start running, as the third guard just runs as well, just like, oh fuck, 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 we gotta tell the council. The As you get closer, the egg shakes more and more and more until a crack forms on it. And it starts to spider out all over the shell. As you say that, the beak punches through the egg, the shell, and the shell starts to crumble or as it pushes itself out. It pushes itself out of the remainder of the egg and looks up to you. You see it glimmering bright with a shining silver scales, and it looks up with its very gray eyes, and you hear in your head, "I am Yggdrasil." Yeah. Oh yeah, that is. I could if you Vecna, if you want, I can retcon it to be Bahamut. Alrighty then. So we'll keep with Yggdrasil as the dragon kind of shakily moves towards you, its tongue flicking out to lick your hand. Did I? Why? Not much. I sensed that my rider was near, so I tried to hatch. it I imagine you're like holding him up like a cat, and it nuzzles its head into your chest as you are my rider. Why would I not? As you hold him, you feel the as you hold Yggdrasil, you realize that the scales are really feel like metal, like actual silver. know. Should I? Do they? I do not know what metal feels like. Hmm. Thank you. Okay.
Hey, could I use your toolbox?
I don't know where it is at the moment.
Shit.
I'll go look for it in a moment.
Alright, because I need to drop Kai's mattress down.
Okay. But, oh god, Grave, why do you have a shotgun? Oh god, he has a shotgun, run! I'm just picturing... I'm just... I'm just picturing Grave, I'm just picturing Jericho, just has a shotgun in the middle of the hallway, just starts racking shells. Overcharging shotgun! Or it's the shotgun from Ultra Kill. you can you can parry your shotgun shells. Picks up shotgun, starts parrying, shoots shotgun, parries shotgun. Neuron activation. Ultra Kill's a fucking trip. So so Vector, you start walking down the hall as you hear as you're walking down, you hear people start coming down the other way. It's like, oh fuck, it's gone. Oh, it nods as it holds itself to you. When Toho players memorize pattern of the rain, as you start teleporting down the hall, and eventually run into the commander. He just he looks very confused as you suddenly appear in front of him, and then looks down to see the silver dragon in your arms, just like, oh fuck. Uh, um, uh, you're both as you say that, Jericho, uh you hear fuck's sakes, I forgot the name already. I need to write it down so I remember. Not Yggdrasil, Lysel. You hear Lysel look to you and say in your head, friend? As Vector, you just see Lysel just wagging its tail happily. uh Come on. We need to get you to your room now. You need to hide him right now. Or until the meeting happens, we need to keep it hidden. As he says this, he basically pulls off his jacket and throws it over your chest. Say, wrap him in this. And he looks like a scaly burrito. And so with the help of the burrito and the commander basically pulling rank on anyone he can, eventually make it to the room that you were assigned. As he closes and locks the door, he just puts his back to it and slumps down to the floor. What happened? I know that, but I thought you said you were going to check it out. He just looks up. You could have fooled me. All right, all right. You just need to keep them out of sight until the meeting. When the meeting happens, you can bring them, but keep them hidden until I say so. The fact that this hatched and that egg has been dormant for nearly 50 years. Right, so I'm assuming that's bad. Yeah. He just blinks for a moment, his brain trying to comprehend what the laws of reality are. Oh, Prime is Clockwork's magenta banana. Oh God. Okay, okay. So we just need to just don't think about that and just keep. Choose a name. All right, that's an odd name. Oh, okay then. That's a first. Typically, choose something that seems like a normal name. Okay then. This is this is more concerning than I could think. I need to go get a drink. With that, he gets up, unlocks the door, and walks out, clearly in a panic as he does. As he does his best to walk down the hall as if he just didn't just see what is basically a miracle of the millennium for them. And there, I feel like, is a decent place to end the session. With the silver dragon hatched, Vector becoming its rider, and with perhaps one of the greatest twists that this world will ever know happening. By the way, just for Effectner, I rolled for the chance of everyone having the dragon hatch for everyone. You're the when I rolled for you, it so I rolled two d20s and averaged it out. You got two nat 20s. I am I am not joking. I am not joking. I was surprised by it as well, okay? Raj is sitting on a couch and in the eighth dimension just laughing. Fuck you, Dad, I didn't ask for this. I'm not ready to be a father. Mom, Mom even helps me more. Oh dear lord. Okay, so I've made a few notes about this. So, the reason I have the name thing is because the dragons actually pick their names for themselves. So typically at hatching they do, but I couldn't come up with a name at the time for when your dragon hatched, Jericho. Party soon with Vector. The silver dragon soon after arrival. Arrival at. I'm double checking the bird that we're at. Yeah. Right. Berg Nemos. The commander is panicked. Commander Arkin panicked to all hell. Alright. Notes updated. Question though. Do you report this development to Eden? Alright. Is there any last things you guys want to do before we end the session fully? Alright. A dragon with, yes, with what look like actual silver scales. Like the other dragons, from what you can tell, their scales are, they do seem like they have like some sort of metal in them, but it's not like they're full on metal. Yeah. Yeah. Iggy. Also, I just remembered that the Yggdrasil did have silver leaves, so this is actually remarkably fitting. My father's bad dragon. What the fuck? A Netflix? Oh god, it's a Netflix original. Hold on. I just see this. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I just saw that in the memes chat. Most definitely. What the fuck? How do I tell them that's bothering me? Just be straight about it. But I'm not straight. My dumbass be like, listen to your heart. Learn to sword fight. Yeah. Yeah, from what I remember as well, yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to find a good picture for Yggdrasil. Or as you put him, Iggy. Oh, this is perfect. Here is Iggy at the moment. There is the baby. The baby. It's just a baby. Also to note that that Yggdrasil is actually quite a bit bigger than Jericho's dragon at the moment. Jericho's dragon, as Jericho's dragon is roughly the size of Mancoon, a little bit bigger now, thanks to time having passed. These fuckers grow like cats. Uh, Iggy is around the size of a medium dog. So you get the idea that this fucker's going to be big. Indeed. And with that, we will end it off here. I hope you guys had a fun time with this kind of more chill session before it ramped up into a major story beat sooner than I expected. I got a dragon that's part of some sort of weird prophecy. Orbital is going to be so confused, and so is Haran. Because Haran's going to be like, why didn't I get the dragon? Funny thing, so here was the order that ended up in when I rolled for everyone for the chance of getting the silver dragon. It was originally it was Haran. This is lowest to highest. It was Haran, Tina or Tiara or Orbital's character, Jericho, then Soul, then Vector. And Soul actually got pretty high in his rolls, but but you beat him out by getting 2 crits, 2 nat 20s. That is most likely going to be very big. And you can most likely ride into battle. That you are going to be small boy on big horse. Oh god. I forgot about that. Yes. Don't forget about Hans. Hans who is incredibly wide and looks like a metal transformer. He's incredibly wide, but he is also inlaid with tons of technology and looks like a monster. If you ever watched Beast Wars, you know what I'm talking about. Beast Wars is fucking great. It's like, imagine a Transmetal 2 fucking horse. And that is Hans. He also opens his head and a proboscis of mechadendrites flow out. He literally just has a proboscis that just slides out after his head opens up. And it has like 5 mechadendrites built into it. Most of them utility, but they all combine to deal lots of damage. You can clearly see that Tex was very, very creative. Oh, yes, indeed. I'm also very much considering getting some more artwork of the party. Of the group, and mostly just because I want to try to have someone draw a family photo of upgraded Slag, Candy, and their daughter. Because I have the feeling of the disparity of this 12-foot metal giant, this roughly 7-foot tech priestess, and this normal sized little girl in a family photo just sounds hilarious. Anyway, so I'm gonna call it there for today. I hope you all had fun, and we're gonna try to go. We're gonna try to meet up next week. Question, Vector. Will there be a game tomorrow? All right. I just want to ask. Okay. Yeah, I figured. You're fine. I just want to make sure. So, I'll see you guys around or next week. Also, I will be getting. I'll probably be getting Dark Tide soon, Vector, because I'm. You're getting what now? Fuck yeah! So most of the server can be able to play together. Also, I've seen the bolter and I want it. Because legitimately, they did the bolter right, and I love it. It's like legitimately, it's so rare that the bolter is done right. Also, I just realized something. I forgot to unmute the audio for the desktop.
Oof.
I swear to God, this happens way too often.
I'm sorry, Candy.
It's fine. It's just me being a dumbass.
Yeah.
Well, no matter what, you guys had fun. I did.
Yeah, very fun.
And we're gonna reconvene next week. We're gonna have to explain to the rest of the party what the fuck
Why
happened.
Vector has a fucking dragon.
Why Vector now has a dragon. And there might be something on the moon.
Yeah, there's definitely something on the moon.
Or the red star.
Red
So,
planet. Mars.
It basically is just like a bigger Mars.
Yeah.
It just has a very
Find
big
out there's
elliptical
something
orbit.
We just
fair.
come back. Moon's haunted.
Moon's haunted.
What?
What?
Moon's haunted. Fires the rods of God.
Fires the rods
I
of-
mean, honestly, yeah.
You might want to wait until the planet is, I don't know, not around around the planet.
It's fair, but also that's pussy speak.
You don't want to accidentally cause an apocalypse on Pern, do you?
That's
Not
fair.
really.
Because keep in mind that the red star passes remarkably close.
That's true.
Like not close enough that it upsets the gravity too much, but still remarkably close.
This is true.
So it'd be like blowing up the moon and having giant asteroids hit the Earth.
This is true. This is true.
Do you mind not molesting my boxes?
Fat ass cat.
Fat boy. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Alright,
Yeah.
see ya.
Good night.